Honorable members, the House now resumes, and we continue from where we left it. I now call on the Honorable Member for Jeshuang constituency.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me start with my area first before going further. Honorable Minister of Works, he's not here. I think his people representing him are there around. I will start with my Kayupa Road, that link to Badala, Ibo Town. San Constantine Road leading to Nyago Town, where the primary school. Canifin South Moss Road, leading to the Carava Avenue, with the Canifin Estate C and D block. The pipeline road behind the French school and then the Danso school. And then the Ojuswang road, the only road that Ojuswang is having, which is in a bad condition, that needs to be fixed. Honorable Speaker, I think the Honorable Minister not look at these roads and then see how best he can help to fix it urgently. Coming to all these things, it's about with the NRA, Honorable Speaker. NRA needs to be, help with funds to at least, I know 90% of the questions that were raised yesterday were from most of my colleagues, and most of our complaints were roads. With the NRA, they have in their act that they should establish a road fund. With the Honorable Minister of Finance, I don't know whether that road fund is in existence, where they all vehicle license fees, road tax users, and then the road users, the vehicle registration fees, the grants and other subventions should be paid into the account. I don't know whether that account is currently in place, and the account should be opened by the NRA through their board. So I want the finance minister also to help whether it is happening or not. Looking at them, they are also their levies. The fuel levy, it was $3 now to $1. So you need to know why the difference, and then it's up to this year. They only give 2 months of their levy. It's like 7 months they haven't given their levy. What is holding it? We need to know. Honorable Speaker, from the NRA, I come to my famous team as they call me now, Camara. Honorable Speaker, I put a question to the minister, but he wasn't available. I think Camara needs to be fixed because it's a concern to my people, and it's a concern to me as the NAM of the area. We know Camara for years. We have been going there during our childhood. Most of our men in Joshua used to use that area as a farming area. They cultivate their rice, in other agricultural activities. But currently, it was given out, we don't know why, because they were saying it was not part of the Tandi wetland, because we were deprived of that area because it was claimed to be under the Tandi wetland. But now we have seen structures that have been built there. So we want to know why those structures are there, and then we need to know what's went wrong, because we have seen that things didn't go in the right way, and then we are on top of things. We need to know lands were issued, and if you look at those lands that were issued, if you by going through the system, 90% of those lands are not given to Gambians. So we need to know we are on top of things, and we need clarity on this Kamano issue. Honorable Speaker, coming to the current affairs, some people talk about Gamtel. Gamtel is a concern because Gamtel, they have a fiber cable along the highway that needs extension. What can government do to help them to extend that fiber cable to the people that are in need? Because they have the infrastructure, they have the equipment, and they have the how to call it? Come on, the manpower to do it for them. What is government doing to help them, to allow them to use that fiber cable to access to the people that are in need? Because the fiber cable only stop on the highway and also stop at Yundum. If you go to Karavali, Busubi area, Senegambia area, the fiber cable isn't there. Can government help before bringing another investor to come and use, do the same as they did on the gateway through liberalizing it? It's better we government fund that fiber cable to Gamtel so that Gamtel can supply it other outlets to help the problem we have currently facing on the networks. Honorable Speaker, coming to the incident that happened last week, I think we have to be very careful and look at it this way. Yes, it is being politicized. People are taking in sign of politics. This is not about politics. We have seen young Gambians who lose their life. Young people who were serving this nation. All of a sudden, they are announced dead. They are from families and their parents are suffering. Their parents are still mourning them. Government must take its stand. We cannot see in a country where the security people who secure us are not secure. If they are not secure, how about we the citizens? We the civilians? Honorable Speaker, I think there must be an immediate action on this. These are people, young men who are trying to help and make ends meet for their families. Always they were pronounced that they were caught of a sudden and being killed by an individual. Somebody raised the issue of the death penalty. Yes, we could talk about democracy. But when it was in place, I know it is still here. But I think we need to look at the death penalty issue and then see how best we can bring it back into force. Because you cannot be sitting down here and seeing people, innocent people, being killed unnecessarily. Breadwinner of their family being killed unnecessarily. And next minute you see them in mile 2, they have been fed, they have been clothed, they have been taken, health condition have been taken care of, and next minute what the government comes in next minute and they are pardoned. You see them in the streets. Is that fair? No. But if this death penalty is enforced, I think people must be very, very careful with the way they do things. Honorable Speaker, we need to be very careful, and this country belongs to us. We must come together and see Gambia and forget about the issue of politics. All of us are politicians. Because of the peace, that's why we are here. Without peace, we are nowhere. Let's maintain the peace of this country. Let's be our own securities and protect this country. Politics is only time, but peace continues. Without peace, we wouldn't be here. I have not seen countries that are in war. Honorable Speaker, the time is up. But I have been saying this, the time was not enough. But to be honest with you, Honorable Speaker, let's stand together and stand as Gambians and put our hands together and fight for this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Joshua. I now invite the Honorable Member for Lower Badibu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I will also join my colleagues in sending my condolences to the 2 police officers who, of course, were brutally murdered last week. And I will also pray for our sister who is being laying at the hospital traffic speedy recovery. Honorable Speaker, I am deeply concerned about the current economic and security situation in our country. Honorable Speaker, the bulk of the Gambians, whether we know it or not, are facing a lot of difficulties when it comes to survival in this country. People are struggling in order to make ends meet. In fact, that has necessitated the mass exodus of our youth to seek for a better life in Europe and elsewhere outside the Gambia. Honorable Speaker, this barrier will continue to exist in as much as the current situation remains unchanged in our country. Honorable Speaker, it is not the liking of anybody to leave your motherland for another country when situation back home is normal. Nobody would like to leave your motherland for another country just to go there for the sake of going there. The reason why our youth are leaving is because things are not going right in our country. This is a hard fact. Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, coming to the current the incident which of course unfolded in our country last week. Initially, when I learned of that tragic incident, the first news that I got was from somebody who is close to the corridors of power in this country. And his utterances were irresponsible in my view. When you have something, before you just jump up and come up with a story, you need to think of, as a responsible somebody, you need to think of, what to utter, where to utter, how to utter. These are very, very key. These are very, very important, Honorable Speaker, in my view. But this guy, to my view, his utterances were irresponsibility because he has directed or he has accused a group of being behind this heinous act. And I believe that that particular group, which was of course been accused of this heinous act, the group has been a law-abiding group in this country. We may have a difference in terms of politics. That's fine. We are human. We cannot belong to the same political group. But that doesn't mean that we should be alleging each other for doing things that are ungodly. But this act is ungodly. Honorable Speaker, I believe the police are trying to cover up the already damage that this man has already done. The police has just came up with a story that that press release was from them. What were they doing? 4 days, 5 days after that press release, we expect the police to come out and give us the accurate information on the incident. That was the expectation of Gambians. Honorable Speaker, Gambians, we should be God-fearing. You cannot just turn lies into truth in broad light. It's not possible, Honorable Speaker. And this is exactly what people are doing in this country. This is what they are doing. We all know what, excuse me. We all know that this man had, the group that he has, in fact, he said the gunman was giving an amount of money and a boots. That's what he said. Who gave that gunman that huge amount of money? So of these things, let us not tempt each other blood. It's not, we are all Gambians. Let us respect each other. I belong to a political party. You belong to a political party. It is no. That's what I like. I cannot, of course, I cannot see you as a bad citizen because you belong to an ex-political party. No. I respect the views of every individual. Those who know me very well. I am I'm well respected. And I'm a law-abiding citizen. But if you want to take the group that I belong to blood, I will not tolerate that from anybody. I'll make sure that I defend my group to the core. And this is what I'm doing. This is the place where I can oppose, build out any grievances that is in me. Honorable Speaker, coming to the recent sex scandal at the University of the Gambia is a cause for concern. This is the highest institution of our land. It's the highest institution in the country, rather. This involves some of the lecturers and some students. Sex, to give them marks or grades for sex. This is what is currently ongoing at the University of the Gambia. If this should be a continuation, honestly speaking, our university is of course, is a very respectful university. And we all know the Gambia University has produced a lot of people who are credible people. The confidence which people have in this university will, of course, come down. It will completely vanish. So it is the responsibility of you and I to make sure that presently it is alleged. But if any one of them is found wanting, that person should be punished according to the laws of this country. We want to make sure that this university remains people university, it remains Gambian, and even those foreigners who are coming here to gain their degree in this country. Coming to the people of Lower Body, I have said it here and I repeat it again. Lower Body is divided into two. You have the North and the South. The people of North, I repeat, are suffering greatly. The road links is not motorable. People find it difficult to visit each other at that part of my constituency. So on that note, I am appealing to the government and to the government to come to the aid of my people back home. I got a promise from the Fisheries Minister that he was going to help my people, because right now some communities in Amadou are completely without good drinking water. And he promised me here that he's going to give us 7 bowls. Yet still, it seems to be a story in the air. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Lower Badibu. I now invite your neighbor, the Honorable Member for Central Badibu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Straight to the point. Honorable Speaker, Central Badibu, we have some challenges with our road connection from Darurirwan, Kersektal, Kerepate to Mintekunda is in a horrible condition. And these roads have been here for decades. We could not access the weekly lumo that is taking place in Kerepate, and food becomes very difficult to be accessible to the native in that area. So we are appealing and urging the government of the Gambia to consider the people living from Darurirwan to Kerepate to Maidamodi and Mintekunda. Honorable Speaker, in the same vein, I would like to salute the Ministry of Works, NRA, for the road construction taking place from Bani, Salikenye, and Jabakunda. It's in high gear, but we still have some issues. The culverts or iris crossings that are allocated on the highway, they are not suitable, or they are not in the right position. So we want the contractor to really look at that, because right now people are facing a lot of challenges and it could lead to serious accidents in the future. Honorable Speaker, coming to the electricity in the same area from Darurirwan going to Kerepate, Mintekunda, those communities, they don't have access to electricity. And we have been seeing a list being given to us from the Energy Ministry, the communities that are part of the project. And they say the assessment will continue. I want to tell them that I'm seeing names of communities that are already benefiting from electricity. For example, Salikenye and Jabakunda, Darurirwan, they are having electricity. So why do we need to put them on the list? If the minister is here, maybe he can explain and tell us why. But we need communities like Dobo, Mintekunda, Jambekunda, which is on the list. But Kersektal, Broncardo, Chamen, Duren, Kirkatim, Maria, Natanoria, Maida, Jonen, Pulikunda, Ilube. These communities, they need to have electricity. They have been yearning, supporting, chanting, in the name of development, in the name of social amenities. So we believe the government should try to really look at their plight. Honorable Speaker, coming to the health facilities in my constituency, Salikenye, there is a construction of a health facility. We expect this facility to be opened by now, because the twin projects, they have opened and people have started having access to those facilities. I don't know what is happening with the facility in Salikenye. Jabakunda needs to be upgraded, Darurirwan also to be considered, and Nauleri. These are communities that are very difficult to be reached. Honorable Speaker, coming to some of the developments that is taking place by individuals in my community, I have to salute them, particularly Mohammed Jambe Foundation, who have just constructed 3 classroom blocks for my community in Mandori at a tune of $3 million. Is well furnished. So I have to thank this philanthropy for supporting my community. Although there are another philanthropists also trying to come up with 3 classroom blocks. So we are not leaving everything in hands of government, because we know that the purse is not heavy, the purse is weak. But notwithstanding, the schools that are existing, government need to really look at it and provide learning and teaching materials. Honorable Speaker, moving to agriculture. Honorable Speaker, my area is an agricultural area in terms of growing of crops and production of animals. Honorable Speaker, our animals are still suffering with drinking points. And in the 5th legislature, we have been elaborating on this, talking about it, and they promised us that this drinking pool should be provided. Up to now, they are not provided, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, coming to rice cultivation, all of you will remember there was a variety introduced into this country called Narika. I think proper study was not made. Oh, if proper study was made, how do we go with the project was not really assessed. Narika, I told you, Narika came to deforest our forests, 1. 2, Narika came to kill our indigenous rice varieties. And now Narika has adopted different lifestyle that we cannot understand. So I believe our agriculturists and researchers need to know and look into some of these genetic modified crops before introducing them to communities, and we lost our long-standing varieties, which are very palatable, very sweet, fast-growing. Now Narika, is in a different side that we cannot understand. So I think research, we need to invest more resources into research, and not only to adopt quickly to foreign or aesthetic, breeds. Honorable Speaker, coming to University of the Gambia, this is the highest learning institution in the Gambia, and I believe we need to empower University of the Gambia to be self-autonomous. Honorable Speaker, the university still, depend on small ration given by National Assembly. How can we get the people of wisdom to come and serve in this country? We have a lot of people with doctorate degree who are elsewhere serving other institutions. We could have invited them to come to this country and serve their. Honorable Speaker, I want this House to look at EU fishing agreement with the Gambia, Senegal fishing agreement with the Gambia, and the Republic of China. We cannot feed people outside when we are hungry. These agreements are not favorable to the Gambian people. Most of our good fish are going up, and we need it for our health and our nutrition. So we need to revisit it. Honorable Speaker, coming to current security of the country. Yes, people are saying this is the first time it happens. No, I totally disagree. Gambia have been living in security threat for so long. Before 2016, we all bear witness where journalists were gunned down, people were gunned down, ministers in this country here. So now, we all expected security reform to take place. When I say security reform, we don't mean to take one security and replace with another security. But we need a system in place so that the Constitution says that our police officers need to be supported to perform their duties. The army is for external, protection of the country. So, but are we giving what we're supposed to give to protect us? How can we imagine even a good torchlight, security officers at checkpoint and Nyahabanta, they don't possess it. That small torchlight, they will look at you, where are you from, where are you going? No, come on, these people need to be armed. They need to have the tools to perform. Honorable Speaker, I think it's high time we have a serious discussion about our national security. The Constitution has cleared about everything. The President is the head of the National Security Council. The President must come out and communicate to the Gambian people. We need action. We need seriousness. It's not only to, play with the gallery. I thank you all for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Central Badibu. I now invite the Honorable Member for Nianija.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And then, as everybody's doing, I just want to start by also paying my condolence to the demise PIU officers who lost their life, and also pray that the injured one heal in no time, inshallah. Honorable Speaker, I am definitely very much delighted and then wish to express my thanks and appreciation to your office and equally to the office of the clerk for the support that was given to me during the during this session. I wouldn't do justice if I don't thank you for your guidance, for experts' opinions during the process of promulgating my private members' bill. I am definitely very honored and wish to thank you. And again, the office of the clerk, definitely I am proud of you, because there were a lot of ups and downs, but we were able to cope and we were able to come into consensus. Honorable members too, thank you very much. I wouldn't do justice without thanking you, because I alone cannot pass a bill. This is the National Assembly. I don't make decisions only, we make decisions collectively. So on behalf of my humble self, I definitely thank and appreciate all the support that you've rendered to me. Honorable Speaker, moving on to the issues of Nianija, of course, I am happily inviting you all on the 30th to Nianija to inaugurate our new road